I do want to head out to California now for a top story that we are following this morning. It's actually a very crazy situation. A flight attendant was allegedly attacked by a passenger aboard a plane bound for Orange County, California. Well, I do want to bring into the conversation Fox 11 Los Angeles' Sandra Endo. She is joining us from the airport out there. I do believe it's John Wayne Airport, with more on what may have sparked that incident. Sandra, good morning to you. Really crazy situation to report on. What can you tell us this morning?
Absolutely, Regina. We know that Flight 976, an American Airlines flight departing from New York's JFK Airport yesterday afternoon at around 4:30, was bound for Orange County right here at John Wayne Airport. But that flight, Regina, had to make an emergency landing in Denver. That flight was diverted after an unruly passenger allegedly punched a flight attendant multiple times. That a flight attendant was injured. She was bleeding. She needed medical attention, all because she had apparently asked this unruly passenger to wear a mask. Now, alcohol may have been involved in all of this. Witnesses on board that flight say that passenger may have been having a few drinks before all of this happened, but clearly a very scary situation for everyone involved. We know that some passengers stepped up to help the situation. That unruly passenger, we have video of him handcuffed in the terminal waiting for authorities to get him, but basically he had to be duct taped down to the seat until that flight could safely land in Denver. So a very, very scary situation. And we know this policy of mandating everyone wearing masks on board flights has been around for quite some time now because of the pandemic. So clearly not a surprise to passengers on board that they must wear a mask when flying. So now American Airlines is saying that basically in a statement, this individual involved in this incident will never be allowed to travel with American Airlines in the future, but we will not be satisfied until he has been prosecuted to the full extent of the law. This behavior must stop, and aggressive enforcement and prosecution of the law is the best deterrent. We do know that that unruly passenger was detained in Denver after that flight landed safely, and of course that flight attendant did get medical attention. Regina.
Yeah, Sandra, this is all a really crazy situation. What about the other passengers on the flight? Did they end up making it to Orange County safely on a different aircraft?
They did. Finally, all of those passengers did make it here to John Wayne Airport last evening. But according to witnesses, we talked to a lot of them. They say it was such a scary situation. When you hear the pilot overhead saying that they have to make an emergency landing, obviously the worst comes to mind. And clearly seeing a bloodied flight attendant go to the rear of the plane needing medical attention, saying that they needed to land because she needed to get checked out. So it was a very scary situation for everyone on board 976.
Absolutely. Now, have you and your team been able to speak to any of these passengers? I know this just happened hours ago at this point.
That's right. Another team was able to talk to some of the witnesses on board, but clearly everyone has gone home, any passengers that were on board that flight. But anytime this happens, it is so scary, especially for the flight crew involved, given the fact that this mandate has been around for quite some time. You never know what's going to happen on board, and it was just a very unfortunate situation for everyone.
All right. Well, we will definitely keep in touch with you and your team as this situation evolves. Definitely very scary to report. But thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox to bring our viewers up to speed. You have a great rest of your day, Sandra.
You got it. You too. Thanks.